UK government recently released the immigration white paper outlining all the plans the government have for migration moving forward, and this brought about a lot of panic, uncertainty and questions. The good thing is the government have come out now to answer some of those questions, giving us more clarity, stating those that the new 10-year ILR rule would affect the start date, the visa they are closing soon and the ones they are opening very soon, and basically everything you need to know about it. So please stick around with me while we'll go straight into the details, because this is going to help everybody and answer some of the questions that you have been asking. My name is Tochi and welcome to my channel. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up as you're watching so YouTube can recommend it to more people. Like it right now, thank you. Kindly share it to everyone that will benefit from it, or everyone that needs to get answers to their questions as well. To all my returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. You're welcome back to today's video. If you're yet to subscribe, please click on the subscribe button right now as you're watching. Thank you. So now here is changes to UK visa and settlement rules after the 2025 immigration white paper. So this is going to clarify a lot of things for us. It says that a white paper does not by itself alter the law or the immigration rules. It puts forward changes the government intends to make in future. This means that not all the details about these proposals, including when they will come into force, are available yet. So what changes does the May 2025 immigration white paper propose? Firstly, they say they're going to shorten the list of jobs for which employers can sponsor a worker from overseas for a skilled worker visa. Jobs assessed as being medium skilled, RQF level 3, cannot be filled from overseas unless the Migration Advisory Committee recommends an exemption and the industry is demonstrating efforts to recruit domestically. Okay, in summary, they plan to cut down the list of jobs that qualify for a skilled worker visa. Okay, they want to reduce it and also increase the minimum requirement or qualification to qualify for this visa, right? And secondly, they are ending an existing exemption for social care workers, that employers will no longer be allowed to recruit them from abroad. Currently, people can move from abroad on a health and care worker visa. They can move and work as care workers, senior care workers, but now the government wants to stop that, okay, saying that companies, employers in these sectors can no longer recruit care workers and senior care workers from overseas. Initially, they stopped care workers from bringing dependents when they noticed that there was a rise or increase in the number of care worker dependents. But now they're saying, okay, we have stopped dependents, but we're still seeing increase in numbers. So totally, we want to shut that pathway down, right? The third one is that they're exploring a levy on English universities' income from international student fees. And fourthly, they're going to make it harder for universities to keep their license to sponsor student visas by introducing tougher compliance rules. Okay, so these changes does not only affect skilled worker visa, it affects study visas as well. It affects international students and workers, and basically everybody was affected. So reducing the standard length of the graduate visa for international students to stay on and work in the UK from 2 years to 18 months, right? So basically, after your study, if you want to go on a graduate visa, you have to do that for just 18 months. And after 18 months, if you're not able to get what you're looking for or find a more permanent visa that can let you stay in the UK, you have to pack your bags and leave the UK. That's what it means. And then stricter English language rules, higher standards for those already taking language tests, and requiring the partners of people moving to the UK on work visas to have basic English to qualify for a dependent visa. So usually, and even right now, if you're applying for a dependent visa, you're not usually asked to provide proof of English language, prove that you can speak and understand English very well. You're not required to write any exam. Usually only the main applicant does, okay? Write IELTS, NARIC, ECTS, so basically proof of English to come into the UK. But right now, the government plans that even as a dependent, if you're applying to enter the UK, you have to show proof of English language. So they're basically increasing the requirement, the proof of English language requirements basically for a visa in the UK. They're also increasing the standard qualifying period for permanent residents, also known as indefinite leave to remain or settlement, from 5 years to 10 years. This particular point almost broke down the internet. Like, everybody everybody went wild because there was even a BBC publication sometime. We'll go into all of that, okay? So with some people qualifying sooner based on criteria yet to be decided. And finally, making it easier for people to come to the UK on certain visas aimed at highly skilled migrants, such as the global talent and high potential routes. So you see that even though the government is trying to tighten up things and make it seem a bit more harder, they are also saying that they're going to still make it easier for some certain kind of people to be able to get visas and work in the UK. Having seen these plans, let's also see when the changes will be coming in. There is no fixed date for any of the white paper's proposal to come into force. An accompanying press release says they will come in over the course of this parliament, so between now and 2029, but some will be introduced in the coming weeks, right? So everybody relax, nobody should panic. There are no fixed dates yet, but we should be expecting them between now and 2029. Even though some will be coming in the next few weeks, fingers crossed. You guys trust me, whatever comes up, I'll let you guys know. But for now, everybody calm down, okay? So just like I said, much of the media attention and questions from constituents have focused on the proposal to extend the qualifying period for indefinite leave to remain. The white paper says there will be a consultation on this later this year, meaning that there will not be changes straight away. You can see that this is going to take a while. So if you are going to qualify for ILR anytime soon, go ahead and apply, because for now, nothing has changed. Now, will migrants have to wait 10 years for indefinite leave to remain? The standard qualifying period for permanent residency will be increased under the government proposal. The default will be settlement after 10 years rather than 5 years at present. But some people will be able to qualify earlier. So even though they are saying that it's going to be 10 years, some people will still be able to qualify in 5 years. Those people that will qualify in 5 years have not been said. Those people that will qualify in 10 years have not been said. Those that it will affect have not been said. Let's go ahead. So under this end settlement proposal, there will be a shorter pathway than 10 years for people who have made points-based contributions to the UK economy and society. So we don't know how the government plans to differentiate those that are making point-based contributions and those that are not. So let's wait for them until all of those things, comes up, okay? So the white paper does not say how these points will be earned or how much of a reduction on the 10-year qualifying period will be available. These issues are likely to be covered in the promised consultation. Now, which visa categories will be affected by the longer qualifying period? Can you see that this answers almost all the questions that a lot of people have in mind? Now, there are explicit exemptions for partners of British citizens who will continue to qualify for settlement after 5 years, and for victims of domestic abuse. In addition, people with post-Brexit residence rights under the EU settlement scheme have the right to permanent residence after 5 years under this article. The government has not confirmed whether other immigration routes with a 5-year pathway to permanent residency will be exempt. So can you see, the government have not yet confirmed whether those on a 5 years route will be affected. Remember that BBC article one time said, oh, those in the UK will be affected. I even made that video to show you guys what the BBC article said, but we don't know the source. The source was unnamed. They didn't mention their source. They just said a government source revealed. Okay, but this is directly from the government, and they haven't revealed whether it's going to affect those already in the UK or not. These are basically proposals, right? So they have not confirmed whether those already on a 5-year permanent residency will be affected or if they will be exempt. Nobody knows yet. Only the government knows, so we await the outcome of the consultation. Then, will people already in the UK have to wait longer for indefinite leave to remain? Again, the government has not confirmed whether people already in the immigration routes affected will have to wait longer for settlement, as opposed to the change only applying to those arriving after the implementation date. Okay, so the government has not confirmed anything like that. The Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, was asked about this during a statement about the white paper. She replied, "We will set out further details of the end settlement and citizenship reforms later this year, and we will consult on them. there will be plenty of opportunity for people to comment on and consider the detail. But it is important that we extend the sense of contributions and point-based system to those reforms as well. Okay, we want the settlement rules to be amended as swiftly as possible and to apply widely, but we will consult on the detail, and it is right that we do so. So let's wait the consultation. Now, they also say that the white paper's technical annex suggests that the Home Office does envisage the change affecting those already here. A number of those currently in the UK are likely to leave due to it taking longer to gain settled status. Similarly, the BBC and Financial Times have reported, citing unattributed government sources, just like I mentioned, right? So the summary basically is that nothing has been confirmed yet, okay? We don't know whether it's going to affect those in the UK already or not. Nobody knows. Only after the consultations and the government comes out categorically to tell us those that will affect. For now, nothing has been said about that, right? And then there are no dates announced yet for when all of these things are going to come into effect, okay? All of these plans, all of these proposals, no dates yet. So right now, everything is still as it is, as you know it to be at this moment. That is how it is until government comes out to tell us otherwise, right? Just as they have brought out the white paper that was very clear, you know, they're still going to come out and tell us clearly all the other plans they have, when to take effect, those it will affect, and every other thing that we need to know, right? So yeah, I just thought to share with you guys to know what's going on. And then MPs have also been asked questions on this issue, but the responses so far have reiterated that it will be addressed as part of the consultation process. Finally, will MPs be voting on the white paper changes? Unlikely in most cases. Revision of visa and settlement regulations is done through statements of changes to the immigration rules. A statement of changes takes effect automatically unless either the House of Commons or House of Lords actively votes against it within 40 days. So I guess that maybe when the next statement of change comes out is going to further answer some of the questions that some of us might have. Right, so usually there is no vote and the government is not obliged to make time for one of the commons, even if MPs table motions against the changes. There was no vote on the Conservative government's significant changes to visa rules in 2024, although there were several non-binding debates. Certain elements of the white paper proposal, such as the levy on international student fees and changes to citizenship rules, do require primary legislation, an act of parliament, and therefore the endorsement of MPs, right? So these are the clarifications that they have given us so far. This is from the House of Commons Library, okay? So yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope this is helpful. Thank you everyone for watching. Please note, this is not an immigration advice. If you need to get an expert opinion, do well to get one. This does not replace it. This is strictly for information purpose, right? Thank you everyone for watching. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.